I now criticize the religion of diversity, and I'm considered committing hate speech because that is the popular culture.
This is my table. These are my lights. This is my light. And I'm being forced to leave.
Especially the fact that she's there right now. Right now, she's there. I mean, it's not like, you know, she's been given notice. No one can contact her. She's allowed to use her phone for once every few hours.
What's going on, guys? I'm your host, Jared Bronstein, and today we'll be taking a look at the top 10 YouTubers who have been banned from a country, or even countries, because there are some that have been banned from multiple countries. Now, before we get into this list, I will say some of these people made totally innocent mistakes, while others did some pretty ruthless things. Although I'm sure some of the names on here won't come as a total surprise to you guys. Some of their names might actually take you by surprise. I'll also be featuring some comments at the end of this video, so stick around and be sure to drop us a comment right down below for a chance to be featured in our next video. Alright, let's count down the top 10 YouTubers banned from a country. Or countries, shall we? Starting us off at number 10, we got Logan Paul. No real surprise here, right? Technically, he is allowed to enter the country itself, but it's believed if he does, the cops will be quick to arrest him. In case you guys don't know what country I'm talking about, well, of course, it's Japan. Although he got a ton of media exposure for his infamous suicide forest video, it was his other vlogs that got him in trouble with the Japanese law. In his other Japan vlog-styled videos, Logan can be seen breaking a handful of laws, such as traffic violations, public indecency, destruction of property, and interference with business operations. Now, these antics are enough to have him wanted by Japanese officials, in the sense that if he were to lay foot in the country, well, they would of course love to teach him a lesson. Now, obviously, his suicide forest video also left a very bad image of the guy in the eyes of the country, so I think it's safe to say Logan won't be going to Japan anytime soon.
No, you're gonna light on fire, bro.
That's okay. My spirit's being cleansed.
You're gonna light on fire.
My spirit's cleansed.
It's the holy one. This is for if you're a real piece of shit in life.
At number 9, Drew is sharing is banned from the US. For those of you that don't know, popular cannabis UK YouTuber Drew is sharing was actually banned from the US back in 2016. The reason for the ban? An admin error. It wasn't this guy's fault at all, it was actually the government's fault. Now, while traveling to the US to meet some friends for a collab, Drew encountered some trouble with the machines at the airport. For whatever reason, it wouldn't properly scan his picture, so he had to go to an actual customs agent to help him out, like a real human, a person. You guys know what that is, right? For whatever reason, this agent looked into his past visits and noticed he stayed a day longer than he legally was allowed to during his second most recent trip. So we're not talking about the trip he was on before this one, but the one before that. Turns out he didn't actually stay the extra day because, well, he legally couldn't and the country wouldn't allow it. Drew accidentally booked his trip for 91 days when he could only stay 90 days. So he changed it to 90 days, left the US, returned home after his 90 days was up, visited again without any problems at all, but the next time he visited, he got detained, questioned for 2 hours, and refused entry. It's unclear how long this ban is for, but it's kind of crazy to see the government make a mistake and still blame a citizen for it.
And it was 2 trips ago. The last trip I did, nothing happened. I went straight through. So I'm detained, I'm questioned for like 2 hours, and after I'm detained for 2 hours, they say, look, we can't let you into the country.
At number 8, we got Brittany Pettibone. After planning on meeting her fiance, who's also on this list, for a speech in the UK, Pettibone would find herself being detained by the British police at the airport. Turns out when she tried to check in with a customs agent, she was already on some list of people to look out for. Now, it's safe to say Brittany has what some would say are far-right beliefs. However, having beliefs isn't necessarily illegal. But according to the government, she was detained for 3 separate reasons. First of all, she was planning on interviewing a far-right extremist, Tommy Robinson, who's known as a far-right political activist in the UK with anti-Islamic beliefs. Secondly, her fiance, who we will get to a little bit later on in this video, is a member of a right-wing movement, Generation Identity, which she argued didn't really make sense for a reason to detain her. And they kind of agreed, but she still got detained. And thirdly, she was planning on inciting violence at the speech her boyfriend was expected to give. Now, of course, 2 sides to every story. She probably wasn't planning on inciting violence at the speech, but you never really know. Personally, I strongly disagree with her beliefs, and I trust the government did what they needed to do, or so they felt needed to be done.
Legally in the UK, you can't detain someone for more than 24 hours unless you can charge them with a crime. Or, she hasn't been charged with a crime, they've been suspicious. There's suspicions of terrorism.
Coming in at number 7, we got Snoop Dogg. Snoop Digo Double G. Is that his name? I don't know. Now, before you guys hit me with the fact that he's not a YouTuber, I mean, technically he is. Aside from the music he of course uploads to the platform, Snoop has also uploaded a handful of clips, interviews, and his podcast to his YouTube channel, which boasts over 5.3 million subscribers. So now we got that out of the way, where is he banned and why? Well, let's start with the obvious. Possession of the marijuana. Back in July of 2012, Snoop was caught with about 8 grams of weed while flying into Norway. He admitted to the offense and got a 2-year ban from the country. But that's not where it ends. Snoop also got banned from the UK in 2006 after causing a scene, or what some would say a brawl, broke out at the airport after his request for him and his entourage to be upgraded to first class got denied. After 4 years and battling with the government, they would lift the ban. He was also banned from Australia, which has since been lifted, and was banned in the Netherlands, although it's still unclear whether or not that ban still stands.
Yeah, because you know, they had me banned from here for a minute where I wasn't able to come through the UK, and that was upsetting to me.
And at number 6, Pewdiepie. Although he as a whole isn't banned from India, you best believe some of his content is. More specifically, his diss tracks toward T-Series, which seem to contain offensive and racist lyrics, are completely banned in India. For obvious reasons. Indian officials even went as far as trying to get the songs completely removed off of YouTube worldwide, but it seems that isn't going to happen anytime soon. Of course, Pewdiepie has been known to cross the line before, so I'm sure to him this was just seen as a minor setback. And although he didn't beat out T-Series to the 100 million subscriber mark, I don't know, I kind of think everyone in the YouTube community will still consider him the first person to hit 100 million subscribers when it happens, because, you know, he's not a corporation. But like, whatever.
PewDiePie did an oopsie. Can you believe this? PewDiePie did an oopsie? What? There's definitely not been any shortage of calling PewDiePie a racist this past couple weeks.
Coming in hot at number 5, Nikocado Avocado. After moving to Colombia and starting a family with his husband, Nick got deported for overstaying his visa. And technically he did break the law, which led to him being deported from the country and receiving a ban. The craziest part of all this is that he got married and found out his marriage visa had been denied because he overstayed his time on his travel visa. It was a pretty unfortunate situation, but technically he was in the wrong. And although I want to say I get it, it's a foreign country with different rules from the US, where he's originally from. I mean, you kind of got to do your due diligence to make sure you got all your bases covered.
Essentially, I am being forced to leave. The 25th is when my visa expires.
At number 4, we got Martin Sellner, the fiance of Brittany Pettibone, who came in at number 8. Sellner also got a ban from the UK for his extreme right-wing views and anti-Islamic beliefs. He's the Austrian leader of Generation Identity, and although he was originally denied entry back in 2018 for the same reasons his girlfriend was detained, he most recently received a ban back in June of 2019. Authorities started investigating Sellner in regards to being linked to the Christchurch shooting. It's believed the shooter actually donated about $1,500 to Sellner's organization, which has led to him being banned from the UK indefinitely. As of now, it seems he had absolutely no connection with the incident, but government officials are still looking into the whole situation.
The plan was to go to Speaker's Corner to give a speech there. Speaker's Corner, maybe you can go into it because you
Yes, well, it's a very famous place for freedom of speech.
Coming at number 3, we got Lauren Southern. Like Sellner and Pettibone, Southern was also denied entry in the UK when she tried meeting them back in 2018. However, she's also been banned from Australia, who denied her a visa when she applied for one back in July of 2018. Southern is known for having far-right beliefs, with some comparing her to white supremacists. Eventually, Australia did allow her into the country after she received the correct visa, but she faced problems that same month when she had to cancel her New Zealand tour. After having issues finding a venue to speak at, Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern said New Zealand is hostile to the views of the speakers, and, I quote, "I think you'll see from the reaction they've had from New Zealanders that their views are not those that are shared by this country, and I'm quite proud of that." End quote. Although she never received a full-on ban, she was advised against coming from the country, so see, that's close enough to a ban.
When I checked last, it was around 70% of people here agreed we should have the right to speak. So there is this radical minority that want to decide what the majority of people should think is hate speech.
In at number 2, Roosh V. Now this guy is known for having some crazy thoughts and beliefs. Much like others on this list, he's got extreme right-wing views, and it seems like the UK is quite liberal. But I wouldn't even go that far. I just say the UK doesn't want people spreading hate and racism in their country, which like I back, because who needs that? Roosh V is the king of it all, accused of being anti-Semitic and misogynist, and even promoting for rape to be legal on private properties, although he claimed the latter was meant to be satirical. So if that gives you any indication of the kind of guy he is, there you have it. Roosh's views and beliefs have not only gotten him a ban from the UK, but the likes of John Tory, Toronto's current mayor, has also said he's not welcomed in the Six.
I just found out today that I am banned from England for 3 to 5 years. Can you believe that?
Now at number 1, this may come as a surprise to you guys, but we got Justin Bieber. Although he's one of the biggest stars in the world, we can't forget about his humble beginnings on the platform we've all grown up watching. Before he'd have billions of views on his video for the songs Sorry, Baby, What Do You Mean, and Love Yourself to name a few, Biebs would upload videos of him covering other artists singing songs and performing at his house or his school. So where is he banned from? Well, for starters, he's banned from China because of his history of bad behavior, although it seems he's cleaned up his act. He was also banned from Argentina after one of his bodyguards beat up a photographer back in 2013. But I mean, he's a married man now, so I think he's kind of toned down his wild ways. I mean, I guess we'll have to talk to the Argentinian and Chinese government about that, but we'll see how they feel, I guess, you know? Like sign a little petition and let Biebs back in. And that does it for this one, guys. The top 10 YouTubers who were banned from a country, or are still banned from a country, or multiple countries. I want to know who on this list surprised you guys the most. You gotta let me know in that comment section, or feel free to just write something silly. Either way, you guys get a chance to be featured in our next video. And the more comments you guys leave down there, well, I will say the higher your chances of being featured. So drop as many comments as you guys want, but you'll probably only get one of those comments featured. So make sure you leave like good quality comments that you want possibly featured. You guys get what I'm saying. So in the video we did, Ebola has finally been cured. Control Netscape said, share this video before the government takes it down. Well, by the time you see this video, they might have already taken it down. You know the government, always trying to hide things from us. Like aliens. Memes are cool said, ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Now he was making fun of when Saddam Hussein was caught, and I think it was the head of the CIA did like a press conference saying, we got him. It's just really funny. So yeah, we got him. Well, Ebola's not really a him. You get what I'm saying. TS Games said, finally, medical news, tired of them YouTuber dramas. Dog, I feel you. But like, we cover the news. You know, if YouTube drama is the news, then we gotta cover that. Personally, I enjoy covering sports, but we don't really do that here. But if you guys wanna see sports, smash that subscribe button, give us a like, drop a comment down below being like, yo, you guys should cover sports all the time and let Jared do every single video. And maybe we will. I don't know. But I enjoy covering all types of news and keeping you guys informed. If you guys enjoy being informed, be sure to subscribe, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and drop us a comment showing some love. Once again, I've been your host, Jared Bronstein. Catch me on social media at Bronst7, and we'll see you in the next one.